So 1 million cups was an idea that the Kauffman Foundation out of Kansas City, Missouri had. That was the whole purpose, was to get a whole bunch of organizational volunteers around the country, and I think there's over 90 chapters around the country, and I think there's some international ones as well. And the whole purpose is to have a recurring meeting in which people give young startup entrepreneurs, 1 to 3 years in existence, a forum in which to talk about their business, to introduce the community, and equally important is for the audience to provide that feedback, right? So, there's the presentation aspect of it. The presenters will get something, they're going to be asking, hey, what can I get out of it? What feedback can you give me? And, our responsibility as an audience is to give them that feedback, all right? So it's that whole, again, this is just one part of the ecosystem for entrepreneurs. So I will stop talking and I will introduce our first guest. Her name is Sharita Weatherspoon, and she is Powerhouse Consulting. Coaching.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am Dr. Sharita Weatherspoon, and my brands are Mission Critical Consulting and Powerhouse Coaching. Today I want to share specifically with you about Powerhouse Coaching. I empower women, and empowering women is like turning water into wine. It is my mission through Powerhouse Coaching to engage, to elevate, and to empower women and the occasional man with whom my message resonates. I engage with my audience through empathy, through shared experiences, through humor, sometimes through tears, in video, in print, in person, and virtually, challenging them to move, to act, and to overcome. My desire is to elevate their way of thinking, to think about the possibilities rather than the probabilities, to consider who they can be instead of focusing on the identity that they felt they've lost. And ultimately, I want to empower them with practical strategies, a plan of action, support, and accountability to accomplish their goals and live the life that they desire. My vision is simple. 1 million women empowered and equipped to live authentic and fulfilling lives. My ideal clients are Michelle, Tiffany, and Nicole. Michelle is a professional woman. She makes decent money. She's either married or divorced with children. Michelle is busy. She has not learned the power of the word no. She is unfulfilled, but yet she feels guilty about not being totally happy and satisfied with her life because life is actually pretty good. Michelle needs help rediscovering who she is and her dreams and how to find a place for what she wants in her life. Tiffany is a struggling entrepreneur. She may still work a full-time job and is trying to balance her family, work, business, and other responsibilities. Or she's in her business full-time, but she's struggling to have the success that she really wants because she's still pulled in multiple directions, or she's just afraid of taking the next steps in her business. Tiffany wants to focus more on her business so she can grow her income, have more time freedom for the people and the things that are most important in her life. Nicole is an executive, leading an organization or a major division in an organization. She is challenged with maintaining work-life balance, and she is experiencing some dissonance because she's not feeling like her work or the organization is as aligned with her personal values and mission as she desires them to be. She also may be experiencing some organizational challenges, and she's not quite sure how to overcome them, but they're seeping into her personal life. Nicole wants to get back balance in her life, be more impactful and engaged at work, and create positive organizational change. Nicole, Tiffany, and Michelle are between the ages of 27 and 55. They are middle to upper class women with multiple responsibilities, including family. By all accounts, their lives are good, yet they are missing something. They are yearning for something more, something different. My one-on-one coaching services are geared to women who have clarity about what she wants to do, but needs help in developing a plan and accountability in carrying out that plan. This woman needs a sounding board, someone to push her and someone to keep her on track. My mastermind groups are for women who are either still seeking clarity about what they want or what they need, or they want to work with a group of like-minded, goal-getting women who are willing to contribute their expertise and experience to the collective to help everyone be successful. The remainder of my services are for a broader audience. My DIY coaching programs are online courses providing email access to me during the length of the course. These are for people who want help in a specific area but may not be ready to make the investment in hiring a coach or becoming a part of a mastermind group. I speak on topics that are appropriate for corporations, educational institutions, nonprofit organizations, and conference events, and will begin hosting my own live events in 2018. I recently published my first self-published book, Go, 10 Powerful Steps to Accomplishing Your Goals and Living the Life You Desire. The book is designed to be like having a life coach in your hand. It's at a low price point with high quality content. I also provide free resources through my own content published either on video or on my blog, and also I share content produced by other people. So why coaching? Coaching has been at the core of my 20+ years of experience in higher education, even though it was done under the guise of titles like counselor and academic advisor when I worked directly with students, and then later as a director, executive director, and assistant vice president after transitioning into leadership in coaching teams. My calling is to impact change, and while that has been expressed differently over the years as I have become more educated and more skilled, the heart of my work has never changed. Empowering people to become better people by helping them to develop into the person they want to be and to do whatever it is that they desire to do. This is work that I would do for free. This is work that I have been doing for free. But venturing into coaching as a paid profession and as an entrepreneur is really like the coach becoming the client. I finally decided to do what I have been helping other people to do all of these years. On the practical side, in 2014, the coaching industry was a $1 billion industry in the US alone. This figure does not reflect the additional $10 billion spent each year in the US on books, CDs, and workshops. So there is a market and a high demand for coaching services in a variety of forms, which allows for multiple revenue streams. My current focus, and this is really where I would need your assistance, and I did just launch Powerhouse Coaching on January 27th, so I am brand spanking new, being officially in business. So my focus is working on marketing and promoting to build a client base. I am seeking opportunities for TV and radio interviews, either with a focus on my book or as an expert contributor, opportunities to contribute to or be interviewed by magazines, and also speaking opportunities. I am building my social media presence on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and soon to be LinkedIn. And I'm always seeking opportunities to network and also to develop my personal and professional skills. To conclude, I want to thank you for your time and attention. Again, I am Dr. Sharita Weatherspoon. I empower women. Empowering women is like turning water into wine. It's transformational. Taking someone who is already valuable, whose value and worth in this earth is undeniable, and through a collaborative, engaging, and empowering process, assisting that person, that woman, and transforming into the woman she wants to be, making her internally richer, better, stronger, more impactful than she was before becoming the powerhouse that she is.
What's the most profitable area you do? You're doing a couple different things. What's the most profitable?
The most profitable In terms of baseline dollar amount would be one-on-one coaching services. That's the highest price point. If we're looking at how to leverage time, it would be the mastermind groups, because I'm putting in the same amount of time with a group of people as I would with one particular client.
What do you charge? Do you charge an hourly rate on the one-on-one?
One-on-one is still package price, so it would be, as an example, 3 months for a package price. If someone just wants an hour of coaching, that's $200 an hour.
Where are these mastermind groups held?
They are virtual.
Virtual. Okay.
I've set up my business for the most part to be virtual, outside of speaking, of course, because I need time freedom in my life with, having a husband and 4 children. Got to figure out how to make it work.
So you take clients anywhere, not
Yes.
just Delaware?
Yes.
All right.
Technology allows you to do that, so
Yes,
that makes a lot of
absolutely.
sense.
Yeah.
One thing you didn't have on your list, and I'm guilty, and our firm is guilty of not doing a very good job of, and that's blogging.
Mhm.
I've heard, just from numerous sources and stats that blogging is really important. Is there plans to do blogging?
I do have a blog, which, and I have posts on it. Of course, since I've just launched, there's not a lot of posts at this point.
Right.
But I do blog, and I do videos as well, which are on YouTube, so a combination of the two. And I plan to start posting some things on LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn account with plenty of connections, but haven't really done any posting or interacting or engaging on LinkedIn at this point.
How successful is your YouTube videos so far? Are you using that?
They're not, again, I just launched.
Okay.
So, everything is brand new. In terms of traction, I'm seeing a lot of traction on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Twitter and the YouTube videos have been slower. However, when I post the videos on Facebook, they get a lot of views, but sending people over to YouTube, I haven't quite figured out how to get them to do that and then actually subscribe to the channel. So,
Which businesses are good referral sources to you? Like, what would be like a good connection, like a like business that there's synergy there?
a business or organization similar to the Women's Business Center, as an example, who works with women who are looking to build their businesses. While the Women's Business Center is meeting a need specific to entrepreneurship and helping them get set up, sometimes those women lose traction because they have an assignment to do, but then no one is really holding them accountable or following up with them on it. So that would be a good resource. Just maybe people who only speak or who only write books and don't have a service attached to that particular product that they're offering could refer as well. I typically get calls from people who know of me from somebody else, oftentimes for things totally unrelated from what I do. I got a phone call from someone needing some help with their human resources. I don't know anything about human resources from a human resource perspective, but a lot of times the calls come through people who know what I'm doing or have in some way engaged with me, maybe unofficially. I have helped them out with something through a simple conversation. So when someone asks them a question or mentions something, they say, oh, I know who could help you. But oftentimes through referrals or people who are doing complementary work but don't provide the coaching component.
As far as your networking, are you familiar with meetup.com?
Yes.
Okay, so you can find networking events through there.
Yes.
Just a quick comment, please. I found this very rewarding. You're very well prepared. Obviously, you have all the rapt attention of all the men in the room. That's very obvious. And I already feel that you've empowered me. So thank you, and you're going to be as successful. My last comment is just seeing the cover of your book, that grabbed me right away. I don't know where you got the topic go, but it's a winner. So I applaud you very much. Thank you for sharing what you're doing with us this morning.
A couple quick observations. One, I love the fact that you're a month into it and you know your target market, you know your age range, you know, it's really well defined, and that's really, really important. A lot of people make the mistake that any business is good business, and that's the furthest from the truth when you're starting out. You really need to focus. So, you know, you may get discouraged because you're like, well, maybe you might get the traction that you are, but keep at it because it's that target market's really, really important. So,
Mark,
again,
can I ask you? First, I know that this is your second business of the two, and we'd love to have you come back and present the other business as well. Reapply. And then also, right behind you, can I speak for a second? Kaufman Foundation, who sponsors our one of the meetings here, has provided for our presenters each week. I'm willing to thank you for presenting with us.
Thank you.